After whole Adobe controversy, people are leaving Adobe and switching to Affinity. But Affinity doesn't have any video editing software. Here comes the Kdenlive. It can edit Premiere Pro quality videos in free and it's open source. Before we continue, let's quickly talk about what we're gonna learn in this video. We will start by introduction of Kdenlive and then setting up your project, importing media and basic editing tools like applying transitions, adding titles, adding effects and exporting your video. But not only that, we will also learn pro tips and professional workflow that others not gonna tell you. At the end of this video, you will be able to edit any video, whether it's a reel or a film. Let's quickly see what we will be editing in today's video. You can grab a free copy of Kdenlive from kdenlive.org. I will put a link in the description. To download Kdenlive, simply click on the download button on the home page. Here you will see many options. If you are using Windows, you can choose any one of them. I recommend you to install using this installable if you are using Windows, or app image if you are using Linux. The installation process will be same as installing other softwares. This will be the interface of the Kdenlive. Here you can see the project bin and with the tabs of composition, effects, clip property and undo history. And below that you will find timeline, and just after that you will find effects and composition, time remapping, subtitles and auto mixing. And also you will find clip monitor and project monitor. And there are many workspaces same as Premiere Pro, audio and for effect and for colors. Before importing media, we will look at project settings. To change the project settings, click on the project option on the toolbar and project settings at the end of the menu. First you can change the project folder if you want, but we will talk about video settings. Like if you want to create a 1080 pixel video, you can use this one for YouTube and films. And if you editing 4K video, you can choose any from them 4K. If you are editing reel, you will come to custom and vertical HD. Here you will find two options: vertical HD 30 frame per second and vertical HD 60 frame per second. Frames are basically picture, means in per second there will be 30 images that are displaying to create the illusion, and in 60 fps there will be 60 images. To create custom settings of video, you can click on this manage project profiles. Here you can create a new profile, but we are not going to do that because we are using the 1080p 25 frames per second. So let's import media to the Kdenlive project. Here you can see I have 3 videos, 1 overlay, 1 sound effect and a music. To import it, we can drag and drop this in Kdenlive, and this is asking to change the project settings to the settings of the video, like resolution and frames of the video. We are not going to do that. As you can see, by importing everything at once, this will create a mess, and if your project become larger, you're gonna have a tough time finding the clip and assets for the video. So we will organize them in folders. Let's create folders like for video clips, and move the clip to video clip, and same for overlay and sound effect and music. I just remembered I forget most important thing. Because Kdenlive crashes a lot, we will have to change the settings. To change the setting, go to setting and configure Kdenlive. Here you should have checked active crash recovery, means autosave. If by chance there will be a crash while you editing, this will help you to recover the project. To insert the clip in timeline, we can select the clip in project bin and drag and drop it to the time. But this is how professionals don't do this task, because let's example we have to add a b-roll, and the b-roll clip is very larger, like for example 1 minute long, and we only want 2 seconds of the video clip and a specific part of the b-roll. Doing that in timeline will a lot time. So what you can do is use IO. IO are basically shortcuts in every video editing software. They are same like Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve. In that process, you will have to select the starting of the part of the clip from where you want to insert the clip. You do that in Clip Monitor. Select the clip and it will open in Clip Monitor. Now by clicking and dragging this point, you can select the starting of the clip from where you want to add. To be more precise in selecting, you can use right and left arrow to move forward and backward by 1 second. Now press I to select the starting of the video, and I will move forward, and press O to get the end of the video. Now click on the clip and drag, and it will insert the specific part of the video we have chosen. Before moving forward, let's quickly talk about tracks. These are the most important thing in video editing, and you will need a lot of track when you will edit a good video. Like you can see, there are 4 tracks on this timeline: V1, V2, A1 and A2. V1 and V2 are video tracks. We can only add videos to it. And A1 and A2 are audio tracks. We can only add audios to it. If we want to add a new track, we can right click on the track and insert track. Here you can see we have the options of how many tracks we want to insert. Like I want to insert only one track, and you will have to choose if you want to add the track above or below. Like I have chosen above of V2 track, so it will create a V3 track above the V2. Also you can select type of the track like video track, audio record track and AV track. To trim or cut a part of a clip, you have to move the timer to the part of the clip where you want to make a cut. And to do it precisely, you can use forward and backward as I shown you in previous video. Now you can see here is razor tool. You can click on this razor tool to select the razor tool, and on timeline you can right click to cut the part of the video clip. Now you can see the clip is divided in half and we can arrange it however we want. If you hover over any clip, you will find 4 dots. These upper two are fading dots. You can adjust fade by clicking and dragging it. For example, our video is starting normally, and if we add fade, it will fade from black. And this look more better than starting it without any fade in. You can also add fade out by dragging this red dot. Kdenlive doesn't have any good transition like you will see in beginners editing software. You can create custom transition, and this will give you more freedom than these beginners software. But this software also has basic transition. You can add them by clicking on this purple dot. Now you can see you can see the default transition, which is dissolve. You can change it in effect and composition stack by changing the wipe method. They are not as good as beginners editing software, like I am choosing bilinear X. You can also download community transition by clicking on this download button. And download any of them. They are completely free. Let's quickly talk about effects. So basically there are two types of effects: those which are keyframeable and those which are not keyframeable. For example, if I have to blur a video, I can use average blur. And here you can see we have the option of the blur. If we increase the blur radius, blur size, the blur will be applied in whole clip. But what if we have to blur out a specific part of the video? So we will need to cut it out, or we can use a keyframeable blur. Let me show you. So here you can see blur. I have a square blur option. I will select and drag it to the video clip. This blur also applied to whole clip, but we can change that by applying keyframe. First we will decrease the kernel size to 0. Now we will move the timeline to the part from where we want to insert the blur. Now we will create a keyframe and we will move the timeline to the part where we want to end the blur, and we will create another keyframe and we will increase the size. So you can see it will go 0 to 45 linearly. You can change these linear thing to smooth by clicking here in keyframe interpolation. You will find a discrete and smooth. So let me tell you what are these. As linearly, you will see this blur going from 0 to 45 linearly. And if I change this to, let me select the keyframe, change this to discrete. If I change this to discrete, you will see the blur is going from 0 to 49 instantly. You can also change it to smooth and it will smoothly go from 0 to 45. And also you can move the keyframe on timeline. Just select the point of the keyframe and drag it where you want to. And also you can increase the value, like I have to increase 150, I will go to 150 approx. You can use these effect and choose your favorites and add it to favorite by clicking on this add to favorite button. When you will edit another project, you will not have to find this from these many options. You can just go to this favorite tab and select the effect you like the most. Also you can filter the effect into audio by going to this audio option, and here you will find many audio effects. I recommend you to play with them and do experiment on your videos. This will help you to make greater videos and not depend on others tutorial. So let's start the project which I shown you in the intro. This will make you revise whatever we have learned throughout the course, starting by adding the clip through a time. We will add these 3 videos into the timeline. Also I taught you you can select the point and drag it and also fade out. Go to the last clip and select this red point and drag it. Now adding the music. Go to the music and add the music onto the A2 track. Now we will cut the video by selecting the razor tool and pressing. First we have to select the clips we want to cut. Now select the razor tool by selecting X and click to cut out. Now moving back to the selection tool, select these two clips and press delete to delete the clip from the timeline. Now I will show you one of my favorite effect in Kdenlive, and this will improve your video. So on the video effect panel, search for crop. Here you will see three options, but what I will use is crop, scale and tilt, and I will drag and drop it to the clip. Now I will crop the top and bottom of the video by 85. You can see it looking like a film scene. Now you have to add this effect to these three. You won't do this manually. Instead, you just copy the clip in which the effect is by clicking this copy button or Ctrl Z. Now select the clip in which you want to insert the same effect and then press paste effect. I will do the same for the last clip. It also inserted fade in effect to these two clips because we have copied the clip in which the fade in transition was present. So I will select this and remove the fade in by clicking this delete effect button. So let's add film burn transition in this project. If you are using social media, you must have seen film burn transition in a lot of video. So let me show you how you can use it. First you will need a film burn. You can easily find on YouTube by searching film burn. I already a film burn overlay. Now I only want the part where the flash is burning, like this one. So I will press I and O. After adjusting the clip in timeline, we will go to insert composition and composite and transform. Here we will decrease the opacity to something like 50%. To make this transition work seamlessly, we will add an sound effect of mouse click. Now by pressing shift, we will select the audio, sound effect and the overlay. And by pressing Ctrl C on keyboard, we will copy it. And in the next clip, we will press Ctrl V to paste. Now the last thing, adding the title. So I will create a folder of titles because we will need two titles in this video. Now right click on the project bin and press add title clip. Now you can edit the text and select the font you want to use and the size of the font. You can also change the weight of the font and color, or you can use gradient if you want to use by changing this to gradient. Also you can use outline in the text like this, but I am not going to use this. Also you can use the shadows if you want to use. I will also uncheck this. Now go to the background tab. This might be not 50, so you can change this to 50. After selecting the text, align it to center by selecting align item horizontally and align items vertically. So we have our first title. You can also edit it by edit clip option. What I am going to do now, because I also want to add line spacing, letter spacing in this. So I will increase the letter spacing to make it look more better, roughly to 30. Also you can add typewriter effect if you want to. Now we will create another title. Now you can see my subtitle is overlapping the title. What you can do is use another effect, which is position and zoom. I will drag and drop the effect to the subtitle. Now you can see here we have options in project monitor. We can click and drag it to the bottom. Now the last thing is to export your video. Before we before I tell you how to export the video, let me tell you how to save the video, because in starting I forgot to tell you how to save the video. To save the video, simply click Ctrl S. Now name it whatever you want to. Like I just press the random button on my keyboard. So to export the video, go to project and render. It will output the file to the videos directory of the window with the name of the project. Also you can export the selected zone only or full project. Here you have many options for export, but I will leave it to default MP3 as 2664 and press render to file. So where to go from this? After learning the basic of the softwares, you need to learn more advanced topics like cuts, color theory, color correction, color grading, and editing with beats. For this you can subscribe to my channel. I will continue making these tutorials on Kdenlive. So you can subscribe to my channel if you want, and if you learn from this video, simply hit the like button, and also you can ask me to a tutorial make a tutorial on a specific topic. For this you can comment down the topic. I will try to help you with that. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.